There have been reports of deaths due to the drug carfentanil. Here to tell us more is the spokesperson with the DEA, Carlos Briano. Carlos, what is carfentanil?
Thank you, Lauren, for having us. Unfortunately, you're right. There's been some deaths in Doña Ana County, Las Cruces, New Mexico, due to carfentanil. Carfentanil is a tranquilizer for large animals, primarily elephants. It is not for human consumption. It's a veterinary tranquilizer. But the drug dealers who are making these illicit drugs don't care what they put in it. In fact, we've been seeing carfentanil in the illegal drug supply as early as October of 2024, and unfortunately it's cost a life in Doña Ana County. So throughout the country, the CDC is reporting an increase in deaths related to carfentanil.
And like you said before, you've told us about this. You've warned the public.
We did, even on this station. I came on, gave an interview when we first put it out in May, warning the public that 2 milligrams of fentanyl could potentially kill somebody. 0.2 milligrams of carfentanil could potentially kill somebody if it's on the tip of a pencil. The day of using illegal drugs, illicit drugs, it really is over. These drug dealers are putting all kinds of chemicals in the drug supply, things that are not even meant for human consumption. So we really can't take the chance of using illegal drugs. It could potentially end someone's life.
And where does it come from?
Well, like I said earlier, it's a tranquilizer for veterinarian use for large animals like elephants, for water buffalo, big animals. So obviously it's going to be lethal for a human. The drug dealers will use chemicals that they obtain from China, from India, whatever they can obtain, they add it, they make a cocktail of powders, and then they press it into counterfeit pills that look like medications to trick Americans into thinking they're safe, but they're not. They're made with fentanyl or carfentanil, and they can end someone's life.
And again, how potent are these? I was just reading about it. It's 100 times more potent than fentanyl.
Yeah. Fentanyl, 2 milligrams could potentially kill somebody, but carfentanil, 0.2 milligrams can fit somebody. And to give you context what that is, one little packet of sugar at a restaurant has 1 milligram. That's 1,000, I'm sorry, that's 1 gram. That's 1,000 milligrams in that little packet of sugar.
And how are people getting their hands on this? So they're going to these vet clinics? How are they getting their hands on this?
Drug dealers sell these counterfeit pills on the street, through social media, on the dark web. And so people that maybe think that they're going to get a legitimate medication sometimes are being duped, and they're finding that it's a counterfeit and it has all kinds of potent drugs. Some people know that they're not real medications, but they have an addiction to either fentanyl or methamphetamine, and so they keep buying them even though they know that it could potentially kill them because of the substance use disorder. They continue to buy them, and that's what the drug dealers want. They want to drive addiction, because for them it's all about profit. They don't care who they hurt, or in this case, who they kill.
And reading about it, I've seen it's a synthetic opioid unlike any other. Would you agree with that statement?
Well, drug dealers in the past used to make drugs growing plants. More like heroin is plant-based. Cocaine is plant-based. But drug dealers don't want to depend on growing things. They don't want to be restricted by seasons and labor and water. So they switched to synthetic drugs that are made with chemicals. That's what methamphetamine is. That's what the illegal fentanyl that they make. They're making synthetic drugs because they're not limited by anything. As long as they have chemicals, they can produce the powder form or the counterfeit pill form 24/7, 365.
Is there anything I missed that you'd like to add?
If you want information about fentanyl or carfentanil or methamphetamine, these synthetic drugs, just visit DEA.gov. There's a lot of good information there with visuals so you can see for yourself, and more importantly, have a conversation with your loved ones about the dangers of these drugs, especially the young people that are more susceptible to buying them on social media.
Carlos, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.